Welcome back to the White Noise Podcast. I'm Ethan, joined by Gilligan Gunts.
Hello.
And as always, Jacob behind the glass.
Yes.
Gavin, nice to have you back on the show.
Yeah, it's okay to be here, I guess.
Oh,
It's whatever.
okay, you can leave then. All right. Jacob, how you
Hi,
been?
Gavin. Good.
That's great.
Been okay.
Good to hear. Okay?
That is great.
I've gotten a lot of sleep lately,
Oh,
but I feel more tired than ever.
that's nice.
Yeah.
I've been upping my melatonin dosage. So instead of 2 a night, I take 3 a night.
Wow. You're like a scared dog on 4th of July.
That's exactly what I am.
The weather has been really nice recently.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah.
It wasn't like 100 and fuck outside, so.
Yeah, I was driving home.
Gavin,
I
you have to get a little closer to your mic.
was driving
Is it better?
home.
Yeah.
I was driving home yesterday. It was my day off, but I was still, at the store.
Naturally. That
So
time of year.
Yep. So I was driving home, and it was like, I don't know, maybe 1 or around noon. And it was like 87 degrees, nice and cloudy. I was like, this feels amazing.
Excuse us while we adjust the mic. Go ahead.
All right, there you go. Gavin
Continue.
can adjust it
It's
himself.
usually done pre-recording.
Well, honestly, I thought about it. I was like, should I adjust that more? Now Gavin will do it.
No, it's
I should have known
Gavin.
better.
I didn't know that this screw did anything, to be honest. I thought it was just for show.
That is-
Well, I mean, maybe not for show, but I had no idea what it did.
It's a red herring.
yeah, the weather's been great. It's been rainy. It's almost windbreaker season.
I know.
Dear God.
I can wear button-ups and not be super sweaty. It's
I can wear
amazing.
sweatpants.
Funny.
Still can't wear a sweater yet, though.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Too hot for that. It's the time of year where you wear a coat in the morning, but it's tied around your waist by the afternoon.
Yep.
In 5th grade, yeah, it was.
Well, all right. Jacob, wind it up and throw it back. And we are back. Gavin, we're back.
I had never left.
All right. So
the whole time.
with the happening, something that happened this weekend, D23 happened, which for people who don't know, it's E3, but for Disney. For people who don't know what E3 is, it's video game announcements convention.
Nerds.
But so Disney announcing a lot of future projects and all that stuff. So Disney projects, Marvel, Star Wars, Disney owns everything now. So
Pretty much.
let's kick it off with Star Wars from our resident Star Wars expert real quick.
Yeah. I mean, Andor's coming out, next few weeks? Soon.
I think it's next week.
Really soon. 3-episode premiere. That's cool.
Crazy.
So you'll have my thoughts on that really soon.
How long is the season, do we know?
Probably 6 to 8, if I had to guess. If
Man.
I was a betting man, I'd bet over on 7.
Thought it was 9.
Under on 7.
Say they're releasing like half the fucking season on the first day.
I'm not a betting man, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Andor's coming out. Mandalorian Season 3 got a trailer. Tales of the Jedi, which is what I'm most excited about,
I saw
got
that.
a trailer.
There are 12 episodes for Andor.
That's pretty good. Wow.
Maybe they'll make it good then.
That's promising.
One could hope.
Tales of the Jedi, what is that, Jacob?
Tales of the Jedi is a Clone Wars style miniseries where it's 6 separate shorts about different stories. My understanding is they're all going to be within mostly the same timeline of like pre-Clone Wars. The biggest highlight from those is going to be like Dooku and Qui-Gon Jinn when they were training and when they were younger, when Dooku was still a Jedi, and then I'm guessing they'll showcase his fall to the dark side. So that'll be cool. A lot of it is about Ahsoka. There's an Ahsoka. I'm guessing it's just one short. I don't really know how they're going to lay it out. If they're going to have multiple episodes dedicated to Dooku, multiple episodes dedicated to Ahsoka, or if they're just going to be one-offs, and then we haven't seen what they're all about yet. But that's what I'm most excited for. I always love Dave Filoni and Clone Wars-esque
It's the best.
Star Wars.
Star Wars peak.
Top tier.
Yeah, and so the 3 episodes come out on the 21st, which is a week from now. So there's a possibility you'll watch all 3 before we record next week.
Probably.
All right, so we'll get the Andor scoop 3 episodes is pretty good to establish if it's gonna the direction of the show. So
Do we know how long each episode's going to be? Like 45
it's
minutes?
Disney Plus, so who knows? Some episodes can be an hour, some
22
episodes can be
minutes.
20 minutes. So, but
Go ahead.
for some reason, I don't know. I'm pretty optimistic when it comes to Andor. For some reason, everything else I'm like, oh, like before She-Hulk came out, before Obi-Wan came out, it was I don't know what they're gonna do, but for some reason, Andor is the one that I'm like.
I was feeling like that a
gonna
little
slap.
while ago, like before Kenobi. I was like, or in the midst of Kenobi, I should say. I was probably a little bit more excited for Andor. Now I'm kind of just, I'll see it when I see
what
it.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we get pissed if it's good? Because it's like, this is the series they decided to make really good?
I'll be probably pretty mad. Yeah.
You're gonna look at the
Like,
person
bro,
who's
what?
yeah. They put way more care into it.
I think what Star Wars should do is they should do a what if type show in the style of Clone Wars, like animation style wise.
That'd be cool.
So
I'm always down for more. You said Clone Wars style, anything? Yeah, I'm down for it. Let's do it.
What if Anakin decided not to?
What if Qui-Gon Jinn
Betray.
didn't die?
What if Qui-Gon didn't die? What if Anakin
Epic.
decided not to betray Mace Windu?
So
That
cool.
sort of stuff. What if Obi-Wan lost the battle on Mustafar? So
Yeah.
What if Obi-Wan turned to the dark side?
there's so much stuff you could do, but just don't do it in the same style that Marvel's What If was, because that
Yeah.
was
Didn't I say that a couple
hated
weeks
that.
ago? Like, market it as Legends, whatever,
And then do
you can
whatever you
just
want.
Do whatever animated
Yeah.
style you want, and just
People just want the content. I don't think in today's day people really care about what's canon anymore. Just because there's so much going on, especially in Marvel, because it's all like multiverse, anything can happen. So yeah,
I think Star Wars is getting close. Like, just give us good Star Wars,
give us good
please.
Star Wars.
Didn't they say
like
that,
Star Wars Visions, like people like
yeah.
Visions episodes that were good, but they don't really have anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought some Visions episodes were great, and aren't they doing a season 2?
I have no idea.
I think it has already been confirmed a while ago.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for that. I think animation wise throughout all of Visions was cool, but there definitely were some stories that were not as strong as certain episodes were.
There were some that leaned more towards anime style than
Oh,
Star
yeah.
Wars style.
Yeah.
And
Although I
then
will
some
say-
others were heavily leaning into Star Wars with just, the animation being the highlight.
Yeah. Although I will say the first episode, the Samurai Jedi one,
That
I
was
hated
sick.
that animation the most.
Really?
However, I think that story probably was one of my favorites just because the idea of it.
I
was
liked
cool.
the style. I didn't have a problem with it.
Yep. God bless Jedi Buddha.
Black and white kind of sketch.
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Like comic booky almost.
Almost.
Like Sin City is what I'd go for.
Yeah,
But the
cool.
animated version of it.
Very epic.
Interesting.
Yes.
I don't know why
Interesting.
they would do that.
Yes. I asked myself that a lot.
In Disney news, there's a lot of stuff that they announced that's like, in my opinion, is why. One of them being Mufasa, a story about Mufasa. And it's like, why?
I think we know why.
And then,
No motherfuckers are going to watch it.
Money.
but it's going to be like live action Lion King.
Oh, cringe.
Why?
I don't know.
You were so close. Like, okay. I'll be like that. I mean, sure, I'd be down for
James
that.
Earl Jones, yes or no?
I don't know, but
Probably
Seth
not.
Rogen's going to come back as Pumbaa.
Automatic, no.
No.
No thanks.
So there's that. There's a
Why?
Hocus Pocus 2.
Why
I
did they
saw
devote
about that.
so much energy
They're
into
doing
the live action stuff?
A Peter Pan and Wendy film.
Animated or live
Live
action?
action.
It looks like it's going to be live action. They're doing Disenchanted, which is the Enchanted sequel. That's probably the only thing that's like, cool, finally.
Enchanted?
Amy Adams and...
I'll have to rewatch that.
sequel?
Yeah, it's called
Didn't
Disenchanted.
that movie come out in like 2006 or some shit?
That was a
Or
long time
2007.
ago.
I know.
2007?
But there's been talk that there's going to be a
How
sequel
does
for
she
years.
know that you love her?
Exactly. Hocus Pocus 2. They're doing a Haunted Mansion film. It's not
sounds
Eddie
a
Murphy, so why watch it?
I don't know, that ride at Disneyland's kind of mid, so I hope that...
Hey, you shut your mouth.
Nah, that ride sucks.
I loved
the-
that movie
I
as
love
a
the
kid. I
movie.
loved the
I
ride.
absolutely love standing in the sun for like 3 hours for a fucking tour, pretty much.
Hey, you get ghosts like on the mirror right next to you. It's crazy.
I fell asleep quite literally in the ride.
There's a live action Snow White, live action Little Mermaid. What else? Bunch of Pixar movie announcements. Inside Out 2.
Oh, I heard about that. I'm excited, but at the same time, not excited.
Zootopia Plus. It's a show that's not a sequel series and is actually a mid-cool series as the shorts focus on different characters during the timeline of the film. So it's
Oh,
shorts in the
that could be
Zootopia world.
interesting.
Yeah, it's cool
like
because
Zootopia
We get,
1 and a
we get the
half.
Godfather.
the Godfather
That'd be
story in Zootopia.
That one actually sounds kind of funny.
That better be in there.
Anything else in here?
They should make a sitcom set in Zootopia with the characters.
Why?
Because it'd be bizarre.
All right, so Andor, I know that'd be funny. Andor, there's
Just
a
like a Friends or a How I Met Your Mother type, but it's in Zootopia. And it's the characters.
I want to see Ozark.
Well,
the Bad Batch. Bad Batch is returning.
Oh yeah, season 2.
16 episodes
Whoa! I didn't know
starting
that.
on January 4th.
That's cool.
That's coming close.
You're just cranking this shit out.
Tales of the Jedi,
Honestly, the episode count, that just makes me a little bit more optimistic.
the Ahsoka show.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be sometime in 2023. What else?
That's the live action Ahsoka.
Yeah.
By the
Star Wars: The Skeleton Crew. It's
Huh?
another Star Wars thing.
The who?
There's not much info out about what it's going to be, but we do know that Jude Law will be giving off Big Dad energy. Okay.
Another father-son story?
I don't know, maybe. Mandalorian Season 3.
They're making it. Oh, I forgot about a season 3.
Well,
Why would they? Why
What?
would they even continue that? What's left to continue off of season 2?
It's the whole Mandalorian arc.
Grogu comes. Oh, yeah, there's like more Mandalorians, too. I think it's going to
Oh.
delve more into Mandalorian lore.
Because he technically has the Darksaber.
Okay.
And
I was
he's
gonna
like
say,
a
what?
cult member, technically.
Yep.
And
Cult
then,
Fun fact.
Cult leader now. Is what you mentioned.
While we're talking about the Mandalorian and Star Wars, for those of you who haven't seen Season 2, spoilers, you know when Luke shows up to save everybody at the end?
Yes.
They have that whole scene in the hallway.
yes.
While they were, creating the show and writing all the episodes, in all the concept art, Luke was never depicted to keep it a secret. They used Plo Koon
I did hear
as
that,
concept
yeah.
art. So he's depicted in all the art and all the, references, wearing, clothes very similar to Luke and what he was wearing,
Yeah.
but it was always him shown so that the secret wouldn't be leaked.
Damn. It'd be cool to see Plo Koon, though.
I just found that out. That was really cool. So yeah, it's got like blue lightsaber as he's like slicing through all
Yeah.
the troopers. It's really cool.
That's epic.
But yeah, I was like, wow, this actually would be pretty badass if it was him.
That would be pretty bewildering.
In other Lucasfilm news, Indiana Jones 5.
Considering he's dead.
Yeah.
So they announced it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it
Care to
Indiana
share with the
Jones-
class?
Yeah, no. They announced it.
Isn't it his daughter?
Who? No, it's with Harrison Ford. But he did say this is his last Indiana Jones.
Didn't
And-
I say that last time?
Maybe. But Indiana Jones 5 has been in production for a decade now.
Because he broke his leg like every 5 days.
Something like that. But it will be in theaters next June, so June 30th. And it's his last one, like he said. There's little information about it, but apparently at D23, they did show a clip of it, and it was pretty good. But, it is...
Shia LaBeouf coming
it
back
is
for
Harrison Ford pushing 80 as Indiana Jones, so we'll see.
That's rough.
We'll see.
Speaking of which, Force Awakens came out like 7 years ago.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Believe that.
That's crazy. That's older than Jacob's kid.
I know.
Wild.
Barely.
Well, that's older than like The Last Jedi.
Yes. In Marvel news, real quick, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That was already announced. Ironheart. It's Ironheart.
I don't even know what that is.
It's
Tony's kid.
It's
No.
not. It's a.
Right?
It's not Tony's kid. It's
was her.
It's Riri Williams,
Oh, never mind.
who's
Could be Hawkeye.
I think she's gonna be in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I think. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which is going to tie into the next 2 Avengers movies. Werewolf by Night. It's a Halloween special that will debut next month. Secret Invasion. Is this a show or a movie? This is a show. Yes, it's a series. It's going to follow like Nick Fury, Martin Freeman, Don Cheadle, Emilia Clarke, Kobe Smulders. So that's that.
Did you say Emilia Clarke?
I did.
Moon Knight Season 2, is that anywhere in there?
Armor Wars, which is Don Cheadle, like War Machine. Loki Season 2. Fantastic Four was officially announced for next November.
There's no way all these are going to be good.
The D23 Expo got a special look at Echo, which is another Marvel series that Daredevil's going to be in.
I'd be surprised if even half of these are good.
And I think that comes out later this
But
year.
There's
No, it
a
comes out next
chance
year.
that one of them is good.
There is. Like this. Daredevil, Born Again. Welcome back, you son of a bitch. Daredevil, Born Again is coming out in 2024.
Jesus.
It's going to have 18 episodes. And I'll get back to that. Let me just keep going to the list.
What about Blade? Where's Blade?
Can you hold on? Captain America New World Order is the fourth Captain America movie with Sam Wilson at the helm. The Thunderbolts movie or show? It's a movie. So they're doing a Thunderbolts movie. The Marvels is also another movie. But yeah, oh my gosh, I forgot Disney owns 20th Century Fox now. So now they're going into that, which is, they own everything.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar 2, Avatar The Way of the Water. A lot of stuff on here.
We getting Incredible Hulk 2 anytime soon?
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right, but that's... Oh,
So what's
the
more?
Santa Clauses. Tim Allen's coming back as Santa Claus.
No way.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
It's about him. It's going to be it's a series on Disney Plus that comes out in November. It's about Santa
Him
Claus.
passing down the Santa Claus to
Yep.
someone else.
Yep.
Whoa! Wow, I feel old.
And then there's a National Treasure show
So what's more likely? Riddle me this.
series, but Nicolas Cage is not in it, so it's not worth it.
Is it more likely that one of these shows is really good, or is it more likely that all of them are bad?
If I was a betting
Okay.
man, let's do majority. I think majority would be bad.
I think one of them will be mid, and the other one will be kind of above.
I think at least one of them will be like, wow, this is actually pretty good.
No, I'm saying what's more likely?
Damn.
That they're all bad, or that one is really good? Or all bad to okay. None of them blow you out of the water.
Considering
But
the time
one-
frame,
What is more likely? Damn, Disney's track record recently, I'd say more likely is that all of them are mid.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking with how many they're coming out with, that you have a better chance of all of them being bad.
So
That's
there's
where I
that.
was leaning too. So that's sad.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. With
What about Agatha? When's that show coming out?
I don't know.
You would
That's
think that one of these has to be good, right?
Didn't they hire somebody to
least
keep
one.
track of the Marvel timeline too? Didn't I swear I saw somebody where it's like now they have a Marvel timeline keeper.
Like
Just someone, I guess, is just
like a
keeping
Joe Schmo.
Yeah,
a
like someone's
real person.
someone's job at Marvel is to keep track of like the timeline.
They're getting they're pumping out so much stuff that they're having to hire someone to keep track. Like, damn,
That's insane.
what are we doing? Look at that dude.
Well, what I wanted to mention real
That
quick
poor
about Daredevil Born Again is at D23 Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, said that this show is not a season 4 of his Netflix show. And then there's talks about it just being a complete reboot with like him and the guy who plays Kingpin coming back. The reason I'm not saying his name is because I don't know how to pronounce it. So, sorry. But I don't know the extent of what they're doing, if they're doing like a soft reboot, if this version of Daredevil experienced those events in the Netflix show, and I don't know. If I feel like there has to be some tie-in to the Netflix show, but if there isn't, then I think I'll feel safer with it being, because there's a chance it could be bad. So I'll feel safer, like, oh, it's not attached to Netflix at all. So
I feel like logistically speaking, I'm a Disney executive. I don't want my Daredevil show to have to require new people trying to get into it to go watch the Netflix one in any capacity. So
Damn.
I'm going to keep it out.
damn, you're right.
But I'm
about
going to
that.
profit off the characters and their faces.
But it's also Daredevil is so big. Damn, dude, you put it in perspective. So
That's what I would expect.
I mean, they could just do.
it's gonna have
I mean,
18 episodes.
maybe like reference stuff, but
Yeah.
not like
Couldn't it just be that it's a multiverse, so that was a different Daredevil? Kind of
Exactly.
like how
Exactly.
the Fantastic Four, how we're going to have a Reed Richards, where it's like, oh, it's okay, well, our universe, Reed Richards is still alive. The one that Scarlet Witch killed, spoiler, is dead.
say spoiler after you say it.
So maybe the Netflix one was a different universe, and this one will be our universe. Or vice versa. I don't know. This is why they hired a timeline keeper.
They got Heimdall for the timeline.
They need a fucking multiverse keeper now. Which universe did this movie happen in?
But it also sounds like Charlie Cox does not know a lot about what the new show is going to be about. Like he's
Like, it hasn't even started filming,
It hasn't-
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's still in like the writing phase.
Jeez.
But my boy Vincent, what's his first name? The guy who plays
Kingpin?
Kingpin, yeah.
Okay.
My boy Vincent's getting in shape again. He's bulking up.
Nice.
What
Good
a guy,
for him.
dude.
Can they make
I'm on
him-
season 3 of Daredevil right now, and he kills it. So
I need him to look like how he did in Spider-Verse. You think they could ever get somebody to look like that?
I don't think so. I don't think
One
it's
can only
anatomically possible.
That's so funny though. Brett, shout out Brett, lent me a Daredevil complete like issue, like it's a book, but it follows a certain story of Daredevil, and in it, Kingpin's just like that in Spider-Verse.
How do you think he wipes his ass?
He needs help.
He uses a bidet at that point. It
His muscles are just so strong that nothing touches it. at
just
all.
slides right off.
Yep.
But but yeah, that's Daredevil. I want to be excited for it, but it's just with Disney doing it and my expectations of Marvel going down, and I don't know what it's going to become. So we shall see.
Sad.
I know he'll kill it. That's all I know. I know Charlie Cox will do his best. But with that being said, that's D23. There's a lot of information on there. If there's something specific you want us to dive more into, leave a comment in the comment section on YouTube, and we'll be sure to look at it and get into that. But right now, we were going to get into Rings of Power, but Gavin has not yet watched it, so blame Gavin.
I've been busy.
So what we'll say is we still heard it's boring. That's like the general consensus from everything we've heard online is it's
Yeah.
nothing special.
Which is saddening.
It's not unique in any way. It's generic.
Yep. That's what I've heard.
So allegedly, we have nothing to back up those claims because Gavin hasn't watched it, but
There's
that is
nothing
what we've
I've heard that makes me want to watch it, so
I will try my best to watch it within this next week.
I don't blame you if you don't. Don't worry.
But now let's get into sports.
Sports.
The NFL started this last week with the Thursday night game of Buffalo Bills stomping the Los Angeles Rams. What the Super Bowl should have been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Hashtag change overtime rules.
Then Bills would have won, I
They
guess.
changed the playoff overtime rules, didn't they?
Did they?
I don't remember. I didn't really care about it.
Oh, they did.
I saw a commercial with Josh Allen about making fun of the coin flip.
I know, yeah.
I
Anyway.
think it should be both teams get a chance.
Nah.
I don't like that. The coin flip decides the whole game.
No, I agree. I don't think that. I could see both arguments.
How about both people, like you start on the 20 and whoever can score faster. So say the Rams score in
It
3
just
downs.
becomes a lot, though. I think it's fine. It's part of the game. I think that's what it comes down to.
I think
It's
you
part of
just
the game.
continue it.
Just continue
where you started.
until you stop. Oh, continue where you started?
Where the fourth
Yeah.
quarter ended. Keep going. Extra time.
I think that's the best argument for that. A full quarter, like just another quarter, and then at the end of that quarter, we'll
Yeah,
see
but-
where everyone's at again.
But couldn't you just stall at that point?
That's
Like if the person has the game, if the person has the ball and they're behind, or they're not behind, but like they're in good field position, couldn't they just stall at that point?
That's what you do in the fourth quarter anyway.
I mean, consider it a turnover. Like if you have the ball and time runs out, it's a turnover and you start overtime.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's a
I think
lot of ways
I
it can go.
think the defense should be as big a factor as getting the ball and getting a chance to score. If you can't stop the other team, you've had a whole 4 other quarters to try to win with your offense. So I mean, it's on your defense to lose.
A lot of ways it can go.
I do agree that like a 50-50 chance with a coin flip is a lot too. It's like the bottleneck of it all. But I think a lot of responsibility still has to go to defense to stop them.
Coming from a defensive player.
Yes.
What else is new in sports, Jacob? Or what's new in sports since we didn't really get to that?
Dak Prescott's injured. Cowboys season's over. Let's go.
Never started. Russell Wilson's performance was abysmal.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk about that. Seahawks,
But the game was
number
close.
1. Yeah. Sad.
What was it 16, 17?
Something like
The
that.
Falcons proved that they are cursed. They had a
God.
26 to something lead,
Mm-hmm.
and then they lost
Choked it out.
27 to 26.
What team was that? Was it the
Saints.
Colts or the Saints?
Saints, yeah. The Colts tied.
Colts
Yeah,
and
Colts
Texans tied. The Steelers?
Steelers and Bengals almost tied. But the Steelers
okay,
made
that's
it
what it
out.
Yeah, dude. The
Joe
Bengals-
Burrow threw 4 interceptions.
and their kicker
wild.
missed 2 different field goals.
I know.
Like,
Kickers were
bro.
all over the place this week.
Super Bowl hangover,
Tucker,
even if you lost?
Tucker was in the right spot.
Wild. A lot of really
Tucker stays
close
winning.
games, surprising games. A few sad blowouts. Shout out Cardinals.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Shout out
But
Jets.
what I learned from
Yes,
this
sir.
from last season was I'm not as hung up on records because I don't think records matter.
Doesn't that determine whether or not you go to the Super Bowl or not Super Bowl playoffs?
I think all you have to worry about is your division. So just
Playoffs?
beat out your division.
Playoffs?
Yeah, but that doesn't that also tie
Records
in
don't
with
really
record?
matter. It doesn't really matter.
No.
The Steelers went to the playoffs last year. They shouldn't have. They did though.
Yeah, but weren't they a wild card game?
Yeah, they still went. They were what 8 and 9.
Think
Shouldn't
so.
have gone.
Nope.
Cardinals were 10-2 at one point, and then they got waxed in the first
So,
round.
I don't think records really matter that much,
I agree.
which is why
The Rams lost 4 games in a row in November last year,
they lost all games in November. Yeah,
and they won the Super Bowl.
that is true.
And then they got schwacked at home by the Bills.
Wasn't their first game against the Cardinals like a blowout?
The Cardinals beat them
Yeah,
by
the Cardinals beat the hell
it
out
was
of
like
them.
31-10 or something.
2 scores, yeah. Don't matter. Sports, football's back.
JJ Watt's
Football's
injured again,
back.
isn't he?
Yeah,
Rip.
a lot of people are.
A lot of people are injured. It's the way of the game.
Lamar might not be coming back to the Ravens
Like this next week or next season.
this next season.
Okay.
He chose not to extend his rookie contract or
He
just
gave them
contract
a
in general.
deadline, right? And then
I think so. I
They
think they wanted to
said
resign,
no.
and he was like, "Nah." And people are thinking he's going to go to, fuck, what team was it? Some sort. I think it was a California team. Either way, I was like, "Please don't."
Please don't.
I was like, "Don't."
Matt Stafford retires and he goes to the Rams.
oh no,
I'm okay with Tyler Huntley. I'm a big enough fan that I'd be okay with it. Joe Flacco is always welcome back if he wants to come back. If he ever at one point wants to return, I will always be here for him.
And that's going to be sports for this week. Woo! Let's get into our movie review. All right, 2 weeks ago,
What the hell was that?
we tasked you with watching Drive because we were going to review it on this show.
did you do your homework?
I did do my homework.
I was talking to the audience.
Oh, yeah. Did you do your homework? Gavin missed
All
last week.
5 of you.
Because Gavin missed last week, you got in extension. So
You're welcome.
this week, the movie was Drive, starring our boy Ryan Gosling, fan favorite of the show, as well as Oscar Isaac. That was a surprise. Also a fan favorite of the show. And Bryan Cranston, who is now a fan favorite of the show because we always love Bryan
Speaking
Cranston.
of Bryan Cranston, me and Lucy are on the last episode of Breaking Bad.
Shout out Breaking Bad.
Shout out Lucy.
Do you know what happens at the end?
I've seen it before.
Oh,
She
okay.
hasn't.
I haven't seen it. I know what happens though. Which was funny. I think Better Call Saul had 47. Better Call Saul had 47 Emmy nominations and won 0 of them.
Goose egg.
Crying.
You know who did win an Emmy?
All right, so with
Moon
Drive,
Knight. Let's go.
what did it win? Like,
It won like fucking sound mixing or something like that. It didn't even win like best actor or anything like that. It was like
Sound
sound
mixing.
mixing or some shit, or like sound design.
um,
I didn't
Who
even,
gets the trophy for that? Or who gets
Disney?
the award?
I have no idea. Probably
Does
the
it
director
go
of the
to
show at that point.
The guy.
the guy who sound mixes,
Sound
the
design
sound designer.
supervisor. Like,
All I know is I don't even think Oscar Isaac was even nominated, and that is criminal. But continue.
Okay, well, with Drive, what did you think, Gavin?
I thought this movie was very.
Honestly, I didn't really.
Okay.
Just kidding. Go.
I thought this movie was very neat.
Okay. I had no idea what it was about. I've always wanted to
Neither
watch
did
it, but I never knew what it was about.
I knew it was about cars by the name Drive.
I knew Ryan Gosling was a driver.
Yep.
which Ryan Gosling meme is in this movie?
He's literally me. I think that's all his memes, actually.
I think I don't think
there
was any
is
of them. I think all the ones
The
you're thinking
Scorpion
Is it
jacket.
Blade Runner?
Blade Runner.
Blade
Okay.
Runner, yeah.
The one where he's in the car, is that Blade Runner?
He's in a car in this too, but
Well, naturally, yes. I'm talking about the meme.
I think you're thinking of Blade Runner.
Okay,
Yeah, probably
that's probably what it is.
But so Drive is an American action drama film directed by Nicholas Winding Refn.
Yes.
What the heck? Why aren't you telling me what it's about? The film stars Ryan Gosling as an unnamed Hollywood stunt driver who moonlight as a getaway driver. That's basically what it's about.
Oh.
And then he gets in trouble with the mob or gang or whatever you want to call it and has to save himself and his love interest from them.
Awesome.
His neighbor, not really a love interest, I guess. They did kiss though, and then he beat the crap out of a guy in an elevator.
I would say love interest.
I would say
They both had feelings for each other.
maybe. I would say romantic interest.
What the
I
fuck?
don't think they're jumping into love right now, but they have feelings for
I
each
mean,
other.
it's a romantic.
Wait.
Got him.
But I actually really enjoyed it.
No, you didn't.
I did though. I like the sound design. Ryan just all over.
I thought the cinematography was really well. I thought it was really well.
I did
done.
like the cinematography.
I thought
in
the
it, too.
cinematography was very basic.
I thought it was actually simple for what this movie was.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was basic.
But it was
the lighting deserves an Emmy.
Actually, it's an Oscar because it's a film.
Shut the fuck up.
actually.
Anyway, soundtrack exquisite. Soundtrack was really well done. I liked the songs, all used.
I enjoyed the story.
The story was really
I
nice.
it's really well done. It's short and sweet too.
Yep.
If this movie was 3 hours,
Nope.
I would say this movie's awful. But it was an hour and 40 minutes, and the story it told was perfect and great. Out of nowhere, when Oscar Isaac gets shot,
I know.
I was like,
And
oh,
it was a setup too.
yeah, and it really kicked off the movie. Beginning was great, middle was a little weak, but the third act was really good.
A little dodgy there, but man, that finale.
I enjoyed how Ryan Gosling portrayed his character. He's just this like monotone, weird guy. But then when you see him
awkward.
snap, like he snaps, like just beating the crap out of guys and defending himself and
I don't know if I liked that part.
slapping the chick.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I liked that part.
Oh,
It
you didn't like it?
I didn't think it fit in at all.
I thought it did. Just because it's like there's more to this guy than meets the eye.
I think I would have liked it better if it was more controlled. But like, if you look at him, he's like shaking and like.
I think that's perfect though.
I mean, it didn't seem. I don't know. It didn't seem real to me.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay,
But overall, I really enjoyed it. What would you give it as a percentage rating, Gavin?
I'd give it a 75%. 75.
I'd give it an 80.
It also, I recognize. Do you recognize the main actress in this movie? Did you ever watch The Great Gatsby?
She looked familiar. Oh,
She's
okay.
Daisy.
Damn.
She over
Yeah,
here getting,
Ron Perlman was in it. Bryan Cranston.
out here getting fucking people
Ryan
almost
Gosling,
killed.
I
It
know.
actually wasn't even her fault, but
It was definitely her fault.
I didn't like that Bryan Cranston's character was like the entire reason that all of this happened. Had he not called anybody, they would have never known it was Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
But because Bryan Cranston tried to call the mob and clear up the fucking robbery that occurred against them. How did he think that was going to go?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like that
Yeah.
part.
But overall, pretty good movie. I'd probably watch it again.
I might buy that jacket. That scorpion jacket's
Scorpion
fucking
jacket.
cool.
But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I want to be a getaway driver. Pretty cool. With that being said, next week, we are watching a movie called Brigsby Bear. Don't look up anything about it, Gavin.
What do you mean? How am I supposed to know where to watch it?
This movie was... Don't read up anything what it's about, though.
Okay.
This movie was recommended by a friend of the show, Brett, and he said the best way to watch it is not knowing like what it's about. Because reading the synopsis, because something happens in the first 20 minutes, that's like this huge twist. But it says it in the synopsis, so it's much better to experience it without knowing what it's about.
Well, can't really watch it for free anywhere anyway.
So, and then Brett's going to be on the show next week. So,
What other movie
he'll
did
be
he
here when we spoil
recommend?
it. Ex Machina.
Ex Machina. Didn't he do Free Fire too?
We don't talk about that.
I was saying, you're walking on thin ice here, pal. Like, this movie better be good.
This is the tiebreaker. But Mark Hamill's in it.
Automatic bonus
Who's
points.
that?
Okay. Who's that? Some old guy from
He played Skips in regular show.
The voice of the Joker.
There
Yeah,
you go.
he was big in the 70s and
I think
80s.
he was in some stupid shit called like Star Wars or something.
Okay, cool.
Last Jedi. Rip.
It's the guy from Fortnite.
Anyways,
Sensitive
let's get
button.
into the static.
Welcome to the static.
Shout out Patrick Stewart. That's his name? Sir Patrick Stewart?
Yes.
For lending his voice? Just
Thank
kidding,
you.
it wasn't him.
Gavin.
Please don't sue us.
Gavin texted a group chat yesterday about his coworker
Hold on.
saying
Whoa. Shut up. We don't reference outside activities.
about his coworker saying exquisite and looking at Gavin.
Exquisite. There was a sense of primal rage. Because they looked at me with such a stupid grin. And I slowly turned around and stared them dead in the face. I didn't even say anything to them. I just turned back around as slowly as I turned around initially.
You're famous.
Nope.
You're getting recognized in the world.
Hope. Since that day, people have asked me what podcast we shoot on, or what is it?
Yeah.
I have not answered
Why?
because I don't want anybody else to know about it.
Damn, Gavin, you're just stunting our growth.
There's
then.
already too many.
You're stunting our growth.
Too many people at my
You're
job
stunting
that know
our
about
growth.
it.
We'll talk about this after
I've
the show.
heard 6 or 7 people say, "I want to hear your podcast." I'm like, how do you even fucking know we have one?
That's the cost of fame.
God damn it!
I mean,
I'm gonna hand out flyers in Grimaldi's.
Please don't.
The White Noise Podcast featuring Gavin. With your face on it and everything. Yeah, I'll do that because you want to be a little
Oh, exquisite.
yeah about it. But with work, Jacob, we have a work story.
I do. This is really. I still don't even know what to think about.
Happened on Monday, so a couple days ago.
So we do, suits, tuxedos, rentals, purchases, weddings, quinces, that whole thing.
You guys do proms?
No.
Okay.
Yes. So if you need a prom suit. Anyway, we had every Monday we expect returns from the weekend, right? All the weekend activities.
The weekend shops here?
And then so, towards 4 p.m., 5 p.m. when it gets closer to close and we haven't received everything that we're expecting, we send out text messages to these people. We can track who's still out, who's not. We're just like, hey, friendly reminder, your stuff's due back, whatever. So we're sending these out. This is literally, I have a list, and the first person that I send this out to is for this kid who is in a quince. I send out this generic copy and paste generated text. I just text him the message. And I get a response, almost immediately. Let me read it for you, word for word. If I can find it. Holy shit, hold on. There we go. So it's friendly reminder, your rental's due back, avoid a late fee, celebrity technical, blah, 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 whatever. And the reply from this kid is, quote, "Shit's mine!" Exclamation point. "Charge me, I don't care. Gang, gang."
Gang was set separately.
Yeah, so I get this back and I'm like, huh? And I look at my list, I find, who sent this back, a reply, whatever, and I look it up, and it's this kid who is in a quince, mind you, 5'6", 200 pounds.
Damn.
And I'm like, I have your address on
be-
file. You gave us an address.
Expose him.
I'm gonna read your address on the air right now. Here it is.
Just respond to him by first name. Listen, blank. Give me my fucking suit bag.
Long story short, we just called the group.
We called the dad at the quince, yeah.
And then they got it back.
Funny enough, you know what's funny? Austin was working that day, and he said, yeah, no one from that quince returned except that kid.
Why do you keep doing that?
It's the table. I'm touching the table, and the button goes. Fix your button, Ethan.
Sorry.
Quinces are fun, though.
I'll just turn it off.
I'm sure that kid was very nice.
I got it. Don't worry. I got it. I got it.
Can't turn it off anymore.
Did the kid say anything when they returned their suit?
He didn't return.
I wasn't here.
It was
He wasn't here.
It was his dad that returned, I think.
Oh.
But he looked very unhappy to be here. So I don't know.
I don't give a fuck if he's happy to be here. Return my shit.
So I thought that was funny. That's something that never happened before. So crazy.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I've never had that. It was really bizarre. I still don't know.
How bizarre.
Is it a joke or
What do you think?
I mean,
Freshman year humor.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
What did you expect to happen? charge
honest
me. I
reaction.
don't care. It's like, okay, $40 a day. It's pretty steep.
Yep.
Yeah, cash or credit.
I made many an inappropriate joke about the whole situation, so it was very funny. I had a good time out of it.
Gavin, you're back in school.
Yeah.
How's that treating you?
Fuck.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Not the best, if I'm being honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, not fun.
Why don't you tell me about it closer to your mic?
So yeah, it wasn't really that fun. Where do I start? So
Monday?
Okay, so you asked me about that was so far ago. I don't know if I remember anymore.
Monday?
I do remember there was a story that happened freshman year of college. And it was something that would probably happen like right out of like True Crime Daily or something like that. So I walk out of my dorms. I think I was going to go get like some Domino's or something.
Naturally.
Cool.
Pizza?
That was like my go-to place there.
Yeah. I haven't had Domino's since. So.
It was either that or it was when I was waiting for you to pick me up so we can go to Applebee's or something with like
Applebee's
everybody.
is good.
And this car full of like guys like stops right in front of me. And they stop, they roll down their windows and they go, "Hey."
I know, I'm going to tell it.
And I was like, "What's up?" They're like, "Hey, we're looking for this place. We don't know where this is. Do you know where this is?" And they name it. And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no, it's like right around the corner. Take the first right, whatever." And they move over, and they open the car door. They're like, "Can you get in the car? Like, show us where this is?" They're like, "We'll drop you off, bro. Like we'll give you like $100 if you just get in the car and help us." Like, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, "No." I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Thank you, though. I appreciate the offer." They're like, they asked me, "Are you sure?"
Are you
And
sure?
I was
were
like,
you, were you
I
sure?
don't know. I had to
were you
think.
second-guessing
I had to think. I'm like, $100?
$100.
Yeah,
Possible,
you know what?
Possible
Yeah,
kidnapping? Shit. So, yeah, no, I made sure to tell them, like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't feel like... There was like 5 of them in that car, and it was like a Honda. Like a Honda Civic. So I'm like, I don't even know if my fat ass is going to fit in there. Like, but even if I did, what's going to happen? I was like, you need... I gave him the address, and that's first thing that came to my mind is, why didn't you just Google the place? Take the directions.
Oh, yeah, it definitely
They're
sounded
not
like something
looking
fishy
for the
was going
place,
on.
Gavin.
Or better yet, when I give you the directions, why not just go, okay, let's follow the directions this guy just gave us.
You want to get in the car and show?
Yeah, dude. I'm like,
You want to get in the trunk real quick?
am I the demographic for this type of situation? Like, I didn't even know this happened. I was like, so yeah, then they drove off.
Damn.
Maybe they thought I was a girl from far away or something. So they thought, and they showed up. They were like, "Fuck! All right, we got to continue.
Commit.
Can act like we're
funny.
genuinely caring."
Last week we went to hang out with Xavier for his birthday, and I left.
Does Gavin know this story?
Gavin doesn't know. No.
Oh, fuck.
So when I was leaving, I was standing outside, waiting for Lucy to pick me up, and I'm just standing there. I'm looking at my phone. I'm not looking at anyone. I'm just looking at my phone. And there's a car of, I believe they were Hispanic women. There was 2 women and 1 man. And one of the girls says, "What are you looking at, goofy ass white boy?" And they just keep driving. Like, damn, Westgate's gotten more ghetto.
I'd have just cried.
I was like, damn, I'm a goofy ass white boy.
Yep. Yeah.
I made the mistake of telling Jacob and Lucy that story because now they refer to me as goofy ass white boy. So there's that. I'm only half white.
Yeah, but see, if that was me, I wouldn't have let that happen. Like, I would have chased down the car or something. At that point, I would have gotten in the car.
Oh, at that point, you're like, oh, let me get in the car. I'll show you where you need to go. But yeah, it's funny.
You know our mom and Thea, like, you know what they do, so like, just you should have let that side come out.
Yeah, it's weird when they let that side come out.
Ayúdame.
No, that's funny. I remember I got a ride with Gavin. He's like, yeah, we'll be there for like 2 hours.
Dude, Johnny and Nate showed up.
And then he said that at like 7:15.
Jeez.
So I was like, all right, 9 o'clock, we'll leave. And then Lucy picked me up at like 9:30. So you can see why I left early.
I remember. I knocked out.
And then I'm in bed at home at like 12:30, and Gavin texts me. He's like, hey, I just got home.
Jeez.
So I was like, damn, it's a good thing I got a ride from Lucy.
Yeah. Johnny and Nate didn't want to play until they were done with pool. But then they wanted to play another game of pool. So we were there for a while. We were done by like 11. But then they were like, oh, let's go get some food. I'm like, we just fucking ate. But we tried to go to Buffalo. That place was closed. We went to a bar, sat down for like 15 minutes. Oh, yeah, we stopped taking food orders like 20 minutes ago.
Got him.
Great. After Johnny had already alcohol or something like that. So we just chilled there for a little. I felt annoyed because at that point I wanted to leave, but I couldn't. Because I was their DD at that point.
It is what it is. That's fun. But yeah, goofy ass white boy. Woo! Gavin's trying to get kidnapped.
Yep. I am?
You almost did. I can't believe I never heard that story before.
I know, it happened so a while ago, too.
It
It popped in my head.
It happened so while ago.
Yeah. Literacy.
And we were living like right next door to each other at the time. So you guys have never heard it.
I've never yelled at a stranger through my car. So.
I have.
It's funny.
Have you?
There are some road rage moments where I scream.
Road rage.
Well, yes, but like talking like to somebody.
Calling out to someone.
No, I've never done that.
Exactly.
I'm too shy.
I'm too shy. My car broke down last week, so I've been driving the big red van that has over 300,000 miles.
What a champ.
And the driver's side mirror slowly turns outwards over the course of driving it. So then my vision just disappears. And the window doesn't roll down, so I can't do it. And then the electronics to change it back doesn't work. So
Naturally.
300,000 miles?
311,000, but
You guys haven't put any money into fixing it?
it runs like a champ.
300,000 miles. I think we got our money's worth.
Did the Scion run like a champ, too?
It did run like a champ, but now the transmission is shot, so
Rip.
I'm in the market for a new car. I'm in the market, as it were.
More gun violence. Transmission shot.
It was either $8,000 to like factory rebuild it, $4,000 to repair it, or $2,000 for a temporary patch up.
No.
So
What if you do like
get a
2
new
temporary
car.
patch-ups?
That's a waste of money. So yeah,
How temporary?
How temporary? Yeah, how long is this going to
I
last?
think it was.
What do you mean by that?
So I'm in the market for a new car, and it's an experience.
Fun.
But
Definitely don't want to be you right now.
I don't want to be me either. I've never wanted to be me, actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I feel that. So, how are you guys?
I'm tired.
That's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
Are
school does that to you.
Are you too tired to fight a wild animal?
Let's go!
What kind? What kind of wild animal?
We need to come up with a soundbite for Gavin vs. Wild.
We do. Monkey noises. We talked about this. There needs to be monkey noises in there.
I will do it. All right. I'm going to record. I'm going to sneak up on Gavin and like pinch him and record the sound he makes and then put that over monkey noises.
Nice.
Why? Why not just do like a panther or a jaguar? Like
It needs to be you and monkey noises.
Meow.
All right. Not last week, 2 weeks ago, it was Gavin with a handgun versus a grizzly bear. And Gavin succumbed to his injuries. The grizzly bear won 54% to Gavin's 46%.
this is the second time now where
It's
I've had a gun and lost.
It was a close one. But the grizzly bear also had a gun. I think you forgot about that.
You didn't put that in the
I know,
pool.
I forgot to put that in there. But yeah, that's really unfortunate, Gavin. I'm sorry to hear that. You have now lost 3 times. How do you feel?
It's whatever. Got to give 100%. Got to get back up. You got to keep going, you know?
Even Tom Brady loses games.
Yep.
But this week, so here is the base, the default skin, if you will, and then we will add handicaps and buffs if needed, which I think they will be needed. Gavin with a baseball bat versus a snapping turtle.
I've already had a bat.
No, you haven't.
Give me like a golf club.
Okay, I'll give you a golf club. Gavin with the golf club
A
versus
wedge.
a snapping turtle.
I'd say
5-iron.
a 5-iron.
Yeah, sure.
The snapping turtle versus Gavin with a 5-iron.
Snapping turtles are pretty dense.
They are. They do be dense, though.
I think it's even just as is.
I don't know. I don't know much about snapping turtles.
They bite.
They do. They do bite.
Snap, even.
How did they get that name?
Will snapping turtles hurt you? That's what the first thing on
I
Google
think
is.
they
Are
would.
snapping turtles dangerous to humans? Despite their fearsome reputation, snapping turtles aren't dangerous to humans unless they feel threatened. Are you going to threaten this thing, Gavin?
How are you going to get fucked up by a turtle?
Like any wild animal, they will defend themselves, especially on land where they are less comfortable and more likely to encounter people. Damn.
I ask again, how do you get your ass whipped by a turtle?
Yeah, which is why I think we should buff it. Let's do a giant.
It can
snapping
fly.
turtle.
It can fly. A flying turtle? Shit.
I like that,
It's a Koopa
actually.
Troopa.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you have a 9-iron versus a flying snapping turtle.
How
And the
big
snapping
is
turtle is out for blood.
How big is the snapping turtle?
Let's say the snapping turtle is the size of a German Shepherd.
What the that is a fucking huge snapping turtle.
Yep. And it is what it is. So what do you think? Can you take it?
With just a 9-iron or 5-iron? What if I have a thick metal stick? Like a metal baseball bat?
Nah.
I'll take a metal
Nope,
baseball
you have
bat.
a 5-iron.
You know what a 5-iron is?
Yep, it's a golf club.
Okay. I'll take it.
You'll take it? How do you do it? This thing's flying at you, snapping away. It's going to get your face.
Well, I mean, just fucking swing around like it's a pinata or some shit, I guess. If it latches onto me, then I grab it, I put it on the ground, then I just stomp on it.
Okay. Its draw strength has about 209 newtons of force. I don't know what that means.
I think it's pretty strong.
I think so, too.
You know, it got at least like 2 newtons of force.
Oh my gosh. Alligator snapping turtle.
No, we don't need
That
to
looks
look
pretty brutal.
We don't need to look at that one. That one's fucking terrifying. You were not letting that thing fly.
Damn. No, I think that one's pretty good, though.
What if I have a pipe bomb?
Interesting. Is it safe to swim in a pond with snapping turtles?
Do you want to get bit?
See, they only have to be provoked. But so I think when this one fights you, it definitely is provoked. So
What gives that away?
what gives that away?
The fact that I'm about to beat the shit out of it, or
You're wearing a shirt with like an X through a snapping turtle picture.
I'm wearing a shirt saying I am about to attack you,
Yes.
and the turtle is literate. Don't forget to put that on the poll.
Okay, I'll
Turtle
put
can
all
read.
that information on there. A literate snapping turtle sees Gavan wearing a shirt that says, "I'm about to attack you." The snapping turtle sprouts wings and starts flying towards you.
And then is immediately murdered by my power swing.
You know, I think you got this in the bag.
Me too.
Cool. Jacob, who's your vote for?
Let's just run through it and get to next week.
I'm gonna go Gavin. I have faith.
I'm going to go Gavan as well. All right, so be sure to vote on our Instagram story at OEF White Noise for Gavan with a 5-iron golf club versus a flying snapping turtle. And the snapping turtle is literate and can read Gavan's shirt that says, "I'm about to attack you." So don't forget that. And then let's get into our DaJakey Factuality of this week.
Yes. So this fact for this week came about. I was doing my research for Star Wars, naturally.
Okay.
D&D. Not the movies. I'm a bigger nerd than you think. And I found something that kind of boggled my mind. Our solar system, right?
Yes.
Pluto. The farthest
That's messed up, right?
object, planet,
It's a
whatever you
planet.
want to call it.
It is a planet.
Okay, Jerry from
I think
Rick and
Arizona
Morty.
does recognize it's a planet.
Oh.
Just thought I'd point that out there.
Now there's feuding states. I hope a war breaks out between this. Okay.
Can we?
Pluto is pretty far away, right? If you had to guess, just ballpark, about how far in miles away is it?
Miles?
Miles.
From us or from the sun?
From us, the Earth.
How far away is the moon?
Can we get that for a base?
Honestly, I got at least 20 miles.
At least 20 miles?
Okay, you guys have no reference whatsoever. Give me one moment.
I'm going to say 700 billion miles.
That's a lot of miles.
That is a lot of miles.
The moon is 238,000 miles away.
Okay, I'm going to say 200 million miles away. Or 2 light years.
I'm going to go with
I don't know
a
the conversion.
measly 2 billion.
Close.
How close was I?
You said what? 200 million?
Well, it was originally 200 billion, but then I switched to 200 million.
Oh, and then you said what? 2 light years?
Yeah, I didn't know the conversion rate.
Exactly. Yeah, those are way off because it is 3.1 billion miles away from the Earth. 3.1 billion. And light years, it's actually not even a year. It's 4 to 6 light hours.
It's quite the fucking drive.
Hours.
6 light hours.
Traveling at the speed of light will take you 4 hours.
Oh, we can't travel at the speed of light, though.
No,
Okay.
we cannot.
we can't.
I was like, we can get there pretty quickly then. What do we
cannot travel.
Why can't we get to
We can't
Mars? That's
travel
what
at
I
the
was
speed of
thinking
light.
of.
Spat
I was like, why can't we get to Mars?
Now, what if you're
like,
traveling
this
speed of
changes
sound?
everything.
I don't know.
What's the conversion rate?
I don't know. Gosh. So, like, those conversions, like,
How? I don't.
the speed of light, it takes 4 to 6 hours, depending
don't
on
know.
Pluto's rotation.
Correct.
And that's 3.1 billion miles.
Yeah. I can run
That's
that
just
far.
from here to Pluto.
How
Like,
far of a
there-
drive is that? Like, how long?
Like, from here to California.
Like, if you were doing 70 miles per hour,
Yeah, from here to LA.
To Pluto?
how many miles was it?
3.1 billion. Oh, you're talking about to drive to Pluto?
You said 3.1 billion?
Billion.
Your phone calculator's not going to be able to get that number.
Anyway, there are
You're so stupid.
many things. Pluto is considered close to Earth
Yes.
on a universal scale.
Correct.
And that's 3.1 billion miles away.
Yes.
If you traveled at 70 miles per hour, it would take you over 5,000 years to get there.
That's actually not as bad as I thought.
I don't think I'll be making the trip.
You get halfway, you're like, fuck, I forgot something.
Ah, shit. Gotta turn back.
Fuck.
Oh, we're not even halfway then. I guess I could turn back.
How many generations of people is that?
6. Anyways, what's the
Much more.
fact?
100. What?
Just saying a number.
You need 600 to pass. You got 6.
So where was the fact in this?
The distance from Earth to Pluto.
Oh.
That's the fact.
Oh, okay.
3.1 billion miles away.
Just because, I mean, yeah, you're like, oh, yeah, it's probably pretty far, but just putting it into,
Like hours based off light.
yeah.
So it takes 4 hours for the... If I shine my flashlight in the sky, it'll take like 4 hours to get to Pluto.
Yep.
It's not bad.
So I'm going to ask a question, right? I'm going to ask a question that I haven't Googled, but it's
Oh,
an easily
this
Googleable
stupid-ass
question. So, how would you compare the United States diet to like the Japanese diet, right? People from Japan?
As far as, like, health?
No,
or-
just overall. So it's like us Americans, we love pizza, right?
Like bread.
It's a culture thing.
Yeah, so do Japanese people like pizza? And if so, how different is Japanese pizza from American pizza and how popular is it?
It's a culture thing. I mean,
does
I
that
don't know. It's just how you grow up, what you eat when you grow up.
We can
what-
ask our sister-in-law. She lived in Japan for 3 years.
I'm sure there'd be plenty of Japanese people who like pizza.
Well, like what kind of pizza? Joe said there was a Domino's in Japan. I didn't even know that.
There are, well, I mean, if you, McDonald's is worldwide.
That's true.
It's like Pitbull.
Hey,
But like
worldwide.
McDonald's in Asia, they have different things on the menu.
Here's
Like,
this.
They have rice incorporated into their menu.
Even though pizza...
Can you let me finish my thought?
Oh my god!
Sorry.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you can finish your thought.
Oh, really? That's so
Yeah.
nice of you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Sorry.
you, Ethan.
Anyway, McDonald's across the world, they have foods on their menu that are more culturally appropriate for where they're at. Like rice in Asia, or that's all I know for sure. Spaghetti in Italy, I don't know.
Fast food spaghetti. Nah, I don't know if that would taste that good.
Because I mean, they're not. I mean, it's a fast food. It's not McDonald's brand is the hamburger here, but over in other places, it's not.
I did hear
thing.
that there are select places in like India. You know how they're not allowed to eat like beef in India?
Mm-hmm.
There are select places in India where they do serve burgers. I thought that was interesting. I don't know. Figured I'd share. I just popped
I
into
feel like
the
they
school.
wouldn't be doing well. It's
Even
like the sushi place in Shark Tale. Remember that movie?
Yeah, it was always empty.
Do I remember that movie? I never forgot that movie.
Is pizza popular in Japan? Even though pizza is not from Japan, Japanese people love pizza like all the other pizza lovers around the world. The pizza market in Japan is considered as over a $2.9 billion market and hit the highest last year in 2018. Apparently, this was 2019.
I'm gonna open a pizza shop in Japan.
So, yeah, pizza is
I wonder how
popular.
their toppings differ. Do you think they still do like pepperoni and sausage, or is it like? Is that an
I'm
American?
looking
thing?
at pictures right now, and it does not look like they do that.
Well,
now.
that's because that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, how does it differ from there? Because there's no way it's the same pizza we do. It's the same way how Italy has different pizza than we do.
I'm
Japanese.
sure there's
Like,
differences.
I know
don't
that there are Italians that hate the shit out of Detroit-style pizza or like Chicago-style pizza.
Yep.
Or any American brand, that being said.
Yep.
So, Japanese pizza toppings. Ha 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 ha. pickled fish fillets. There you go.
I'm not a big fan of fish, so
Scirocco.
I don't know what that is.
Seaweed. Fish
Is
fillet.
seaweed good? I've heard that's quite the delicacy.
Miso. Bitter
like it.
melon.
Bitter melon?
Teriyaki chicken.
That sounds good.
Teriyaki chicken
Squid-
pizza?
That does
Yo.
sound pretty
Squid
good.
ink. Oysters.
Say squid ink?
Yeah.
Like ink as like a sauce or
I
something?
don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, that's-
Interesting.
Gavin texts us like, "Do you think they have pizza in Japan?"
I worded it wrong. I meant to say like how big of a market is pizza in Japan, because I know that's like the number one food in America.
Number one food in America is bread.
Is it really?
Yes.
Let me Google this. I'm talking like dish, not like...
According to 2011 studies.
It is hamburger.
Hamburger.
What's on a hamburger?
Bread.
Bread.
It's bread and like everything.
Oh, yeah, I tell that to the gluten
So think like
free
bread,
people.
pizza. What do they have in common? Bread, not bread. Hamburger and pizza. What do they have in common? Bread.
They are well loved and are usually not that good.
And they have bread. There you go. You go to
And we have a friend named Bread.
Shout out bread.
bread. He's in Chicago right now.
Eating Chicago style
He will
pizza.
tell his
Tell him to try
story.
fucking Giordano's.
He will
Shit's
tell his
great.
story next week on the
Nice.
podcast.
Be sure to tune in.
You guys are in for a good one.
Did nothing happen when that pressed?
No, I muted it for the
Oh.
mean button.
That's
Giordano's. Looking forward to
me
it.
laughing backwards.
Okay.
All right, guys, we really appreciate you joining us this week. We really appreciate it. Gavin appreciates it.
No, I don't.
Gavin doesn't appreciate it, but I appreciate you. Jacob appreciates you. Paul's not here, but he appreciates you. We all appreciate you.
I love you, random citizen.
I love Megamind. Okay, well, we'll see you guys later.
My
With that
quotes
being
when
said,
they're not supposed to be quotes. You suck.
With that being said, be sure to follow us on all social medias, or just Instagram, I guess, because that's all we have. On Instagram, we are at OEF White Noise, as well as OEF Studios. And then be sure to check out the Old Fashioned Pod on Instagram as well. Episode 1 coming soon.
Shut up.
Yay.
You're a liar.
It's coming soon, I swear.
The dragons are on their way, guys.
You are a
They're
liar,
coming.
and you would have spent an
Eternity
eternity
on this ship. No, yeah, there actually is something. There is footage from our episode 2
I don't
weeks
believe
ago.
you.
What
It's
would
on our
happen-
Instagram.
I don't believe
It's
you.
on our Instagram.
I don't believe you. I don't
It's on our
believe
Instagram.
you. I don't
Hold on,
believe you.
hold on.
It's on our
This is
Instagram.
trivial. This is important. What would happen if you like dropped a nuke on what's the ship? What's the ship in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Black Pearl,
No, the one that's cursed.
Dutchman,
Yeah. What would happen if you dropped a nuke on that?
probably explode.
Yeah, but like, can the ship be destroyed?
I'm sure something magical would happen, and it would be fine.
Okay. Be sure to leave a comment on our YouTube at One Eyed Fits. Last episode was left by a comment by someone named Jay. Shout out Jay. We know who you are. Really enjoyed the more laid back feeling of this episode, even when Gavin's presence was missed. Here's another movie suggestion: The Lobster, starring the GOAT Colin Farrell. Well, we'll be sure to get into The Lobster, just like Gavin's going to get into this lobster.
I don't know. Exquisite. I don't know what that was supposed to infer.
I have no idea either.
Exquisite.
But with that being said, Gavin's got to go get into some lobster, so we will see you guys
I
next
fucking
week.
hate
Thank you
lobster.
for joining us.
No, I'm not doing it. I don't like lobster. Try something else. Another food.
Gavin's going to be getting into some shark pussy.